Hello, Internet. It is day 28 of 365, and this is take two because, much like past few days, I do this thing where I'm like recording, getting this out there, and then I stop and think, I'm like, what did I just say? Do I really want that to be the thing that I mark this day with? So the title, though, remains the same. Today is a day in the life of chaos. My life is a little bit chaotic right now. I'm trying to figure out how to not make it chaotic. And more than that, trying not to be in denial about the chaos. It's coming face to face with it. I live to my family's chagrin in a constant state of organized chaos, sometimes more chaotic than organized. And every once in a while, I have to come to terms with the fact that despite my grown up age status, I am a child. And I think this is just one of those times it's coming face forward, like, I'm, yeah, but not, okay, it's not in a good way, but it's not in a bad way. It's just in a very truthful way of, okay, what I do. Yeah, so it's a little bit chaotic. Confronting a lot of feelings. Feelings can be icky sometimes, you know, because the little toddler in my head, um, I'd be curious to see if my mic was muted when I coughed. But anyway, as I was saying, the little toddler in my head is going, why? Why? And a lot of whys, have no answers. But yeah, today was a little complicated because of that. I'm also struggling with honesty. As I've mentioned before, I'm not the most reliable narrator. Why am I an unreliable narrator? Well, in literature, an unreliable narrator is telling you the story strictly from their point of view. And I can't remember what Agatha Christie book. Oh, I do know. But okay, backtracking. I don't want to spoil it, but there's an Agatha Christie book that deals famously with the iconic unreliable narrator. And that's as far as I'm going to spoil that, Internet, because realistically, it's been out there for a while. If you read it, you read it. If you haven't, you most likely won't. I think everyone should read an Agatha Christie book once in a while, though. In the same vein as, To Kill a Mockingbird and other classics, there's something about the way she wrote that is timeless in her murder mysteries and whatnot. We live in a time of murder mysteries are the thing, Knives Out and whatnot. So read Agatha Christie. um, Obviously not sponsored or anything. I just one unreliable narrator tangent. But in my case, I know I'm an unreliable narrator for one of the things that I'm going to mention, because while I have multiple times said I don't care if I'm canceled, I'm not gonna not talk about my faith, even though I know Christianity is one of those things that if the algorithm, we it's weird, right? I live in America, land of free speech, which means that in my little corner of the internet, nothing I say should warrant being taken down or whatever. But the scary thing about free speech on the internet and this growing beast of information is that at any point, let's just say this thing, my journey, my logs, my history of the world from my perspective can be considered dangerous or whatever, I could be censored. Historically, that's been proven in other places. We live in modern history, so um, and so I think there's a part of me where I do censor myself a little bit, which makes myself an unreliable narrator, because if you tell the truth as it is, fully true, then you shouldn't censor yourself. But I censor myself. I knowingly censor myself. I knowingly, like, don't mention details. One, out of just general privacy, and I don't want to give the AI machine too much information. But the other thing is just because I'm like, a year from now, do I want that detail out there? So I remember. There are times when I just want to forget. I'm stifling a cough. Oh, and you? What is that movie with water cups everywhere? Um, Signs? Was it Signs? With the little girl who put water cups, half drunk in water cups. Mine is half drunk water bottles. There's this one, which I have there. And then there's this one, which I have here. I cannot stifle that cough. Anyway, okay. Heavily censoring the thoughts, the stuff that happened today, to the one word that I want to remember. Chaos. Life is chaos. Um, but yeah, if there is ever hysterically, since I started this, there are some things in doing this that I like. I can feel myself getting greedy for. Like, I know how long it's going to take for the AI light filters of my editing program. So I'm like, oh, make sure to do it because it's going to take that long to edit. And then I'm like, well, did I say what I wanted to say? Okay. Here's the thing I'm comfortable sharing with the internet at large and myself. One thing I struggle with honesty is the honesty of omission. Like I said, the secret, I have flat out lied about it, but then a lot of the times I'm lying by not telling people. But then there comes the question of, do I have to tell people? And then they're going to be like, well, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, well, part of me doesn't want to tell you. Part of me needs someone to talk to about this stuff, even if it's just myself. And it's the expelling of the chaos in my brain, and I don't think you'll understand. And then it goes back to what I was talking about yesterday, trust. Don't you trust that people around you to understand what you're going through? Like today, I had someone ask me a full-on question, and I could have just answered vaguely, which would have been fine. I don't think she would have cared. But then in my mind, I'm like, it could, yeah, I over-explained something, and I think I made it weird when it didn't need to be weird. Thankfully, she understood, and she understood my weirdness about it. But yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like, it falls under the honesty umbrella, the unreliable narrator umbrella. Like, I still I don't know if I fully trust the internet with like all the details because I don't ever want to come off as someone who's like venting to the internet. Because if I do that about anything, like I know I'm the villain of a lot of these stories. And I think I'm aware enough and have been online enough to know that a lot of times when people like record something or do something and then they talk about it, there's a lot of times when people are not self-aware that like, dude, do you not realize how you came off in this situation? Like you were you were the asshole, not them. Like you were the asshole in this. And you created video proof of how you were the asshole in the situation. Um, and in some of the situations that I'm thinking about or tortured about, I may genuinely not have been the asshole. I just struggle under the assumption, under the like internal voices that always say, "And you were the asshole. Don't talk about it. Don't seek sympathy for it. No one's gonna understand." Chaos. Trying to find balance with that. Again, psychiatrist, if you need in psychiatrist in training, if you need someone, beautiful case study of multiple neuroses, all undiagnosed. Um, yeah, chaos. I'm gonna try to de-chaos it, and that's what it'll be about tomorrow. That's what we. That's what will be on record. Did I de-chaos my chaos? Okay, that's it. I'm ending it now for beautiful lighting. Good night.